Founded in 1912 as a native township, Alexandra was one of the few places where black people could buy land with freehold title. Now home to an estimated 700,000 people, Alexandra faces poverty, high crime, and crumbling infrastructure. But it remains rich in history and culture. For Jackie Selo Matlala, Karabo Mareka, and the younger twins, Alexandra, or Alex as they call it, is a place that fueled their hunger for success. Matlala recalls a childhood shaped by the Alexandra of old.
I was born at 4th Avenue. Now they call it Phase 2. And Alexandra was very nice by that time. So there's a place called Newzroom. As young kids, we were playing that side. So if we can go to that place now, it's a lot of shacks. It's now changed. Alex is now changed. It's different than before.
As the youngest of 4 siblings, Matlala recalls how his older sisters were extremely protective of him.
So the best memory that I remember is that my sister kept me always indoors. So I was not that child or maybe that boy that was running around, maybe drinking or whatever. Even now I'm not drinking because of my sister was very hard person. So I like to enjoy indoors.
Alexandra has grown from a small settlement in 1912 to over 700,000 residents today. Even at 62, Matlala leads efforts to transform his birthplace. In 2021, he mobilized locals to clean the Yaskei River, turning a dangerous forest area into a community project.
I was introduced to the environment by the lady called Wendy from the organization called Bubele. Wendy came to Alex and wanted to get a person or maybe a community or maybe a group of people that knows about the environment. So there was a guy that referred Wendy to me and said, Mr. Matlala, this is Wendy wants to do. Then we started to discuss with Wendy and we started to clean Johannesburg River. And by then, this was the forest. The area that we are, it was the forest. And the area where we are, it was very, it was dangerous. Then I started to mobilize 150, I think 105 women and men that we started to clean Johannesburg River. That was the first project. Then from there, I started to love the environment. The Johannesburg was in my heart. Even today, the Johannesburg, it was in my heart.
The next step for him was to convince his community not only to clean the polluted river, but also keep the areas around it clean.
We said, no, look, guys, we cannot clean Johannesburg River. Meanwhile, the upper structure is not clean. So people don't see the difference into Johannesburg River. So let's start doing the park. Then from there, then we'll continue cleaning the Johannesburg River. My dream is to see this park be the park that we wanted to be the park that community of Alexandra will enjoy, particularly the Extension 7, that they will enjoy. If you can see, we got a very big station, Gautrain station, the multi-million Gautrain station. So we wanted this area to match the Gautrain station. So we need people that can assist us in terms of if we can get grass, if we can ring fence this area, if we can prune the trees. And also here you can see there's a lot of ECD, early child development crashes. So there's no park There's no area where they can, because of the extension 7, I don't know how did they design it, because there's no park, there's no school, there's no any hall. So here we are, here we say, look, let's do something without the government, but by us.
What do we get when we pair creative thinking and freedom? The answer is limitless opportunities, and my story is my strongest testimony. Libito la ka ke Karabo Mareka. I'm 27 years old and I'm in the aviation industry. I was born in Alex, Komora to the locals, and that resilience has taken me from the vibrant streets of Kasi all the way to the skies of the world as a flight attendant. Like many, I did not go to university simply because I couldn't afford to. As a young woman with a bouquet of dreams, I had to think differently, adapt, and create my own path. That helped me gain global exposure and confirmed to me that creative thinking can open doors where resources are limited. My voice takes a strong stance to elevate, equip, and encourage young South Africans whom I strongly advocate for, with the freedom to innovate, the opportunity to grow, and the tools to build careers beyond convention. Not everyone's path looks the same. Yours is unique and deserves to be challenged and nurtured. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to think of one, for that specific one moment growing up in Alex. I think, you know what, for me, it would definitely be playing at my friend's house. My dad used to beat me up for coming back late, eh? That was my favorite thing to do, is go to my next door neighbor's house and be there. Even when my friend wasn't there, I just enjoyed being there. And that, like I was saying, that's one thing I love about growing up in Alex. You know, we had that sense of community. So that is one memory I'm like, I will never forget, because I was always in my next door neighbor's house. So, yeah.
Growing up, she experienced hunger and limited access to opportunities.
My parents had to work so hard, you know, growing up, and, you know, they had to be creative and kind of figure out their path and, you know, what to do next. So definitely going to bed starving it started becoming a norm. I started getting used to it, actually. Yeah, you know, it just felt like a normal thing for me at the time. I was like, okay, we don't have food tonight to sleep, but I didn't have food the other day to go to sleep. So for me, you know, being a child, it just felt like it was normal. And it's not. It's really not. So, though I think back at those times, and, you know, it's a 50-50. Sometimes you're grateful to kind of go through those experiences because they make you who you are today, but also no child should be going to bed hungry at all.
Despite financial barriers, she excelled in school, became a prefect, and pursued opportunities abroad.
For me, a big turning moment in my life was when I just matriculated and I couldn't go to university. Just couldn't afford to at home. You know, from being a prefect in high school, they expect you, you know, to do bigger things after you have to go to university. And so I watched my friends, you know, applying for universities. I did as well. I got accepted, actually. But, you know, it came with a very harsh reality that we just couldn't afford to at home. And the funny thing is, I even applied for NSFAS. But, you know, it's not a guarantee. NSFAS is not a guarantee for anyone. And, you know, coming from a middle class, that's what I was considered, you know, a middle class home. NSFAS is like, you can afford this. We can't fund you because, you know, with your parents' income stream, you should be able to afford to go to university. But there were so many bills at home that when money was coming in, it was going out. So at the end of the day, it was like, we have nothing to send you to university for. And I looked at bursaries, I tried, but nothing was of avail. And for me, that was a very difficult turning point in my life. You know, I watched my friends go to universities the next year. You know, we'd all talk in the group chat and everyone was so excited. Oh my goodness, I'm in this class, I'm in this class. And it felt like my dreams had just ended before they even began, to be honest.
At 21, she moved to the US through an exchange program, a turning point in her life.
You know, just looking for opportunities. What can I do? Where can I go? And I came across a cultural exchange program. And that opportunity sent me to the United States. At 21 years old, I packed my bags. I was afraid, of course, because I was like, I'm moving to another country alone, especially the US. You know, when you think about the United States, you're like, oh my goodness, you know? And that was definitely a turning point in my life. It changed so many things. It opened so many doors as well that I never thought in my wildest dreams could open. And it took that one opportunity for me to turn my life around. So when I say people are very limited, they are very limited to the kind of opportunities they have.
Looking back, Marega strongly believes Alexandra was instrumental to the person she is today.
One of my favorite qualities about myself is resilience. And I wouldn't have learned that if I wasn't from the township, if I wasn't from Alex. Because of course, being surrounded by what you go through and you know what you see on the streets, it forces you to be a resilient person. It forces you to be a go-getter, you know, to get those opportunities. Because you remember where you come from, you remember those humble beginnings and you do not want to go back. And you have to forcefully put yourself out there and dream big. And you know, another thing also is being able to adapt. Adaptability is important to me because it also teaches you how to handle people in general.
For the younger twins, Alex is home and a source of inspiration.
Yeah, ukukhula phe Alex ukukhula kwami mina mangicala ngikhula. Like ngibona into eningi like I've been through a lot, yabo. So like mina ngibona kwami Alex, abantu abaningi bayithatha ngathi Alex like it's ikase elingekho right, yabo. Mina ngibona kwami kube into kube ikase eli right engilithandile. Engifuna experience into eningi, yabo.
Their passion for isipanzula dance became a career and a movement.
2015, like it was a siqala ukujiva between lami. Sibonele njengoba from sasebancane sifuna ukujiva. And 2015 ngafika iye ukuthi manje sijive sithola abafana la abalayikazi mara bahlala nathi kasi senkazi bahlala kwesinye istrata. Sababona, sabacela sathi abafethu sicela ukujiva nani. Like sifuna nathi ukupush isipanzula because into esithandayo. Ngithola wempilo into esithandayo sisengathi ngasibeka kuyo bathi okay hani ngajoina singajiva ngithola sibonisaneni ukuthi lento lesiyenza kanjani sijive siqhubeke kanti lo muntu nesihlala naye ejarati kunomunye ufuthi nesihlala naye ejarati emithabanga yabo yajivisa na isipansula 2017 bafika isikhathi ukuthi manje asibone sigcoke isame attire same costume nathi lami ezobupansula amangala azibuze kwenzakalani la enhleke sitaya mfethu sesajiva thina no yabo sesajiva isipansula and singafisa like ukujivela igroup yakho yabo athi akunankinga ngaza Monday erezali sizoreza sikhulume kahle ukuthi kwenzakalani.
They faced challenges, including periods without bookings and the lure of drugs and gangs around them. Dancing kept them focused and grounded.
Khona abantu esihamba nabo manje masingathi ababheka esibadla ama-drugs yabo babheme vele sisasebancane sihamba sonke yabo baluba bafuna ukusifaka into nezimbi yabo mina nithi nami sitshelana ukuthi hayi mfethu asibheke lento leso yabo ma same time noma masiya lapha la sitala nabo abanye basidisappoint yabo bashiya intweni ezingekho right yabo uthola manje inkinga sezisala kithi yabo ya mara sikwazi ukuzilungisa thina ngokwethu because i-background yethu sinawo ubhuti abashitshela ukuthi hayi mfethu hamba so yabo kumele ngami indlela kanje izoba right. Stop ukujiva ngicabanga ukuthi asiyeke mfethu nanoma kunzima ne sibonga ukuthi sipantula manje sinokuthatha kwama 2 months igigi nje le gigi singayitholi manyana nekhonyana nje ephuma ebalungeni singayitholi but sisho udama nizovela man ya izovela ngithola hayi nizovela khona isokuthola yabo hlala ethembeni.
Their dream now is to inspire youth and open a dance studio to teach the next generation.
Bona nje labafana laba abasilandelelayo bakwazi uku-achieve lento bebafuna uku-achieve njengoba bayibona kithi yabo njengoba sijiva kanje bafuna ukufana nathi babahlala kulelo themba lelo yabo ngiyazi ukuthi nami njengoba ngithola istudio sami ngizokwazi ukufundisa abantu ukujiva labafana laba ngizobabonisa ngibatshela ukuthi angine studio manje engangibonisa la ukuthi ngijiva kuphi ngizokwazi ukunifundisa yabo.
Alex may be known for its struggles, but for Yankee, Karabo, and the younger twins, Alexandra is a place that ignited their passion and shaped their success. From activism to beauty to dance, the flowers of Alexandra bloom brightly, proving that a community is more than its challenges.